Hey y'all, so I know it's been a minute. I'm about to fill y'all in on what the heck has been going on. Excuse me, I look a mess right now. We have COVID currently, so that's what this video is gonna be about. So my kids, as y'all know, I did move to North Carolina in March, and my kids started going to daycare the end of June. And I ended up finding like an in-home daycare for them because all the daycares out here have like long wait lists. Like it's no daycares right now. So I found an in-home daycare with this lady, and they started going there the end of June. So not even the first week that they was there, they all got exposed to COVID. So the lady had, she had workers coming in and out the house to like renovate her bathroom and stuff. But she wasn't wearing, like, making them wear a mask or anything. And I guess the workers was coughing and everything, and she ended up getting COVID. Well, we all tested. Thankfully, we were negative then. So she closed down for I want to say she closed down for like 5 days. And then the kids started going back that following week, which was last weekend. So on Wednesday of last week, she kept the kids while I went to work. And then Thursday, we all went out me and the kids went to Myrtle Beach to see my aunt and cousins and stuff on my mom's side. So we went out there to see them. We was all at the beach and swimming and stuff. And they had like a condo or whatever for a couple days out there. So we went out there to see them. Now, on Friday, I had an interview at the police station. So her husband is actually a judge for, he's a judge for the city out here. So he's the one that got me the interview at the police station. So she kept the kids for me on Friday morning, and I went to the interview. And long story short, she asked, do you want me to keep the kids for you tonight so you can kind of get a break, go and, handle some errands and stuff. So I said, yeah. She's a 24-hour childcare. So I said, yeah, that'll actually help me a lot. So I left the kids there Friday night. She called me early Saturday morning and had told me that Maya was throwing up. She said Maya's throwing up. She doesn't seem like she's getting any better. I said, okay, does she have a fever? She said, yeah, her fever is like 100.6 or something. It was real low. So I said, okay, have you given her anything? She said no, and I told her to give her some Tylenol. So my car ended up having to get put in the shop Friday when I got home. And my hubs and everything, my brakes basically went out. So we had AAA pick my car up and take it to the shop out by my mom in Myrtle Beach to her mechanic. So I didn't have a car. So when she said that Maya was still sick Saturday, my thing was, you're going to have to bring her home because I don't have a car. I still don't have my car back, y'all. So she said, okay. She ended up bringing Maya home. Maya still wasn't feeling good. You could tell she wasn't feeling good. She had a fever that whole night and that next morning. So obviously it's Saturday. I can't take her to the doctor's. And I didn't have a car. So, her doctor's office is normally open from like 9 to 11 on Saturday and Sunday. But I didn't have no car. So I said, okay, I'll call them first thing Monday and take her to the doctor's. By now she had a cough and a runny nose. I'm thinking it's the flu. Like, I didn't expect COVID at all. So flash forward to this past Monday, because today is actually the 3rd of August. It's Wednesday today. Flash forward to Monday the 1st. I took her to the doctor's. They swabbed her and came back and told me she tested positive for COVID. I was like, whoa, COVID? Like, out of all things, I did not expect COVID. At this point, nobody else in the house was sick. Amir wasn't sick. Kaylin wasn't sick. I wasn't sick. None of us were sick. So I sent her a message and told the daycare lady, I told her, Maya just tested positive. She was like, oh my God, where did it come from? It came from your house, because there's no way that we went to see my family on Thursday and she tested positive for COVID, or she got sick on Friday. Like, the dates don't add up. You're not going to start getting sick 10 hours after you get exposed for real. So I said, that means she had to have got it on Wednesday when she kept them when I went to work on Wednesday. And then she started getting sick on Saturday. So the lady tried to say that that we got it from, well, that Maya had got it from my family when we went to see my family on Thursday. I said, bull crap. No, I told her, first of all, we was all outside and nobody in my family is sick. So, that night, my mom, well, when we got back from the doctors, my mom said, I have to go home because I can't get COVID. So she took Amir with her because Amir wasn't sick. She said, I'll take Amir with me to, try to help him not to catch it. I said, okay. So we all did at-home tests that day. We was all negative. I was negative. Mir was negative. My mom was negative. Excuse me. We were all negative. So my mom said, okay, I'll keep Mir with me until Monday, this next Monday. I said, okay. I got his stuff ready and they left. Y'all, not even like 5 hours later, I started feeling so sick. I got the worst headache. My body was sore. I started getting a runny nose, a cough. I said, God damn it, I'm getting COVID. So I waited. I waited like 10 hours, 10 to 12 hours, and I swabbed myself again. The test was still negative. Like, the test was still negative. I said, okay, I'll try to insert a picture of the test if I still got it. So I said, all right. That was that morning. This was yesterday morning. So I ended up waking up. I went to bed because I took a nap like at, I want to say like noon. I laid down. I woke up, it was like 3:30. I said, dang, I've been asleep for a minute. I really don't feel good. So I looked at the baby and I noticed the baby was just like, you could tell he was burning up. His face was real flushed. His cheeks was real red and he was breathing funny. Like his chest was caving in and out, but you could tell he was having a hard time. So it looked like he was panting almost. So I said, nah. So I took his temp. His temp was 103.2. I said, yeah, no, we got to go to the hospital. My car's still in the shop. So I called my mom. She said, yeah, you need to take him because he already has breathing problems. So I called 911. They picked us up, took us to the hospital. We got to the hospital around 4:30. Y'all, when I tell y'all, they swabbed us about 5 o'clock. They swabbed me and the baby. They didn't swab Maya because she had just gotten tested the day before it was positive. So there was no need to swab her again. And because her symptoms had already been going on 4 days before she got tested, she was at the end of it already. So they swabbed me and Kaylin. They told me, mind you, I took a test. This is what's crazy, y'all. I took a test right before we went to the hospital 2 hours prior, and it was negative. Got to the hospital, they swabbed me. The first lady that swabbed me, she barely put the Q-tip in my nose. Like, there was no way she got an accurate reading. Obviously, it was negative. So when she came in, I said, no, I need to be re-swabbed. I need to be retested because there's no way that I don't have COVID. I know I have COVID. So another nurse came in and asked me if I wanted to do it myself. I said, yeah, I've done enough. I know how to do them. So I swabbed myself. She, walked me through how to do it to get an accurate reading. Sure enough, positive. I got COVID. I said, I already knew that. They swabbed the baby around 5:30. I went back in the weight room. They called me back around 6 and said, okay, we swabbed him almost an hour ago. It usually takes 3 hours to get his results. We did a 14-panel test on him that'll come back. It'll tell us anything he has. I said, okay, cool. He said, just be prepared to stay for a couple hours. I said, all right. Y'all, 10 o'clock roll around, still ain't heard nothing. Mind you, they gave him ibuprofen on the ambulance. His temp was 102.1 on the ambulance. They gave him a dose of antibiotics on the ambulance at freaking 4:30. It's 10 o'clock at night. They haven't given my baby nothing since. Nobody has checked his temperature. Mind you, we came in through 911 and they had us in the lobby. Y'all, when I tell y'all nobody seen us the whole time we were there, I got to the hospital at 4:30. Do you know it was 5 a.m. when I got home? I had still been sitting in the waiting room and nobody had seen me. Nobody called me to the back. Nobody called my name. Nobody came out and checked on my son. It was me, Kaylin, and Maya. Nobody checked on us at all. They didn't come out and ask if we wanted some water, nothing. We sat in the waiting room for 12 hours, y'all. So I'm like, okay, they calling all these names off. They not calling me. So finally, a lady comes out and said, no, it was a guy. He said, can you come to triage, please? I said, okay. I went to triage. This lady gonna say, did you walk out at all? I said, no. She said, well, we called your name. I said, you did not call my name. You have not called my name. Nobody has called me. Well, yes, we did. I said, no, you didn't, ma'am. I'm arguing with this lady. Like, if y'all had called me, I would have got up. You think I wanted to just sit here with y'all for 14 hours and just chill? Y'all have not called me. This lady told me that I had to re-register. They took me out of the system at 1 in the morning. Mind you, it's 4:30 now. They took me out the system at 1 in the morning because they called me and I didn't respond. They claim they called me 3 times. Mind you, I'm sitting right by the door. Sitting right by the door. So I said, okay, now what? She said, well, you're going to have to re-register. We're going to have to take all of your vitals again and start over. I said, yeah, y'all out your mind. So by now I'm pissed. I said, no. I went off on them. I told them, you know, this is, first of all, this is bad malpractice. Y'all have not done anything to, like, anything for my kid at all. You haven't given him no medicine. Y'all haven't checked his temp. She came back out and asked me, what's this temperature? I said, I don't know. Y'all ain't checked it since we've been here. So he still had a fever the whole time we was there. Both of them were crying. Him and Maya were both crying the whole time. It was all bad. My neighbor ended up picking me up around 4:30, 5 o'clock and taking us home. Thank God for him. Shout out to Tyreek, because we was going to be stuck up there. Like, I asked him, I said, y'all don't do the Medicaid rides where my health insurance can give me a car and drive me home? They said, no. I said, so what am I supposed to do? I'm just supposed to be stuck up here? They said, well, yeah, we have a shuttle at 7 a.m., but it's not going to take you home. It's going to drop you off at one of the other hospitals. I said, wow. So I was literally stuck. So my neighbor ended up picking me up. So I appreciate him for coming to get me at like 4 in the morning, because he saved the day. So yeah, it was a bad night overall. It was just terrible. They never told me what was wrong with Kaylon. I had to call them this morning. Come to find out, he has COVID and pneumonia. He has walking pneumonia and COVID. Maya didn't get swabbed. I have COVID and I want to say an upper respiratory infection. And then Mira's fine and my mom is fine as of now. But that's what's been going on in our household. Long story short, I am going to be getting in touch with a lawyer because y'all got me messed up. My kid's fever was 104. If it had got to 105, his organs would have started to shut down. They did not once ask if he was okay, ask if I needed anything, check his temp, give him any meds. They were terrible. I would not advise that hospital to anybody. It was Lumberton. It was UCC, University of Central Carolina, I think. Yeah. And they were just the worst hospital ever. I wouldn't go there. If I was dying, I would literally choose to die in my living room alone before I went to that hospital again. So that's what's been going on with us. As of now, he feels a lot better. He had a fever this morning, but he's okay now. Maya is at the end of hers. She right here. She's just been sleeping for real off and on the past couple days. But she started to get an appetite back. And the baby is eating now. As y'all see, I'm feeding him. So he has his appetite back. I feel a lot better. Yesterday, I was so weak. I was weak. I had a cough. My nose is still stopped up. I know y'all hear it in my voice and stuff. But it's been a long week. And it's only Wednesday. So I just want y'all to know that those at-home tests are not accurate. If you have been exposed to COVID, please go to the hospital and get tested. Them at-home tests are not accurate, because when I tell y'all I go so far up in my nose it be bleeding, there's no way that test should have came back negative. And then 2 hours later it comes back positive at the hospital. Bull crap. I call cap. So do not trust them at-home tests. Unless you have it done by a medical professional, because it's like they tell you how far back you got to go, but be real. People that do the at-home test, they're not going to go as far back as they really supposed to. You really are supposed to have a medical professional do those tests. I think it was a bad idea to send the test for at-home use anyway, because like I said, nobody is going to do them correctly. Or you're going to think you're doing it correctly and you're not. So you just going to spit green beans and corn all over me. Look at this. Kaylon. That's how you feel? Can you say cheese? Say cheese. Okay. Yeah, so That's what's been going on here. I'm trying to drop y'all, whoop, and y'all upside down now. That's what's been going on here. I wanted to fill y'all in and let y'all know because I ain't been active on YouTube in a while. I need to start back. It's a lot of stuff I need to do, y'all. I got another clothing line starting. Boy, stop. I got another clothing line about to drop, hopefully this fall. So I got a lot of plans. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. I need to wake Maya up and make her eat because she ain't ate since yesterday. And ooh, excuse me. That's about it. I'm gonna get out of here. And yeah, I hope y'all have a good week.